on the left hand side of your screen, we have the team known for their unusual playstyle, their unusual picks. They are ArthaS, Stroitheim, ZW Hydra on the Uther yet again here, Unstable on the Vala, Sevkaya on the Zeratul, BKB again on that Tyrael, and Andy Lendy playing the Falstad, whereas the other side looking to take this series off of them. We have Team Fancy, Tungjae on the Malfurion, Darkmock on Thrall, Blumby on the ETC, Deviz on the Vikings, and Crosby on the Jaina, as it's going to be a pretty standard start. Lendy going very aggressive there, hitting 4 members with his hammer throw. Thrall is going to get a snare off there using that Spirit Wolf, but it's not. No, they're not going to be able to follow up on it. They are 5 players here now as BKB's come down, but he will be going up to that top lane. Again, expect Sevkaya once he hits level 4 to get very easy. Gathering power stacks off of those Vikings, and this is just a trade back. Very little focus on the minion waves themselves from Team Fancy. More so on ArthaS doing that more so, as they're now rotating down to this bot lane, and they have the advantage here. Andy Lendy, are they going to catch them on the rotation? They are. Crosby's here. He's going to take a lot of damage, but the regrowth coming through. He is going to fall down. Does try and get a Blizzard, though, onto Sevkaya, who is also taking a lot of damage. Hydra, too. It looks like this trade is going to go against the side of ArthaS, as it's a 2-for-1 in favour of Team Fancy. They tried catching them out. They did indeed catch the Jaina out. But that was it. And then they lost 2 members themselves. Not the ideal start for ArthaS, especially as now the shrines have spawned. As we're seeing Darkmock come down here. Blumby just zoning off Sevkaya as well, and now zoning out Lendy as well. Crosby does grab the shrine, but BKB has the one in top. It's going to be hard for the Vikings to really duel up against BKB here, especially when Sevkaya is here as well. That bomb is going to give the side 100 XP, but they are still slightly behind. There is, however, this minion wave down here right now that Andy Lendy is going to soak from, and that should put them even, if anything, a little bit slightly ahead. That's BKB again in this top lane, holding this one out. Does throw his Elduin's Might over that he can blink to and get some damage down onto those Vikings, and he does so, trying to go onto Balog, but they do sprint out of that one. As we have Andy Lendy retaking this bottom shrine, but they're not able to keep control of top. That's back down into this bot lane. Andy Lendy, again, just training up with Blumby here, but Fancy really out-rotating here. They seem to be getting major control of these shrines, and really forcing Lendy to back off as soon as they appear. He has to be away, and ZW Hydra's even zoned off to the side. There's essentially a wall here between the two of them, meaning they are constantly split, forcing Hydra to go up to this mid lane, like we're seeing from him now. He's going to get the stun onto Darkmock. However, Unstable's going to get a lot of damage down onto him. The Envenom will be enough to kill him. That's a 1-for-1 trade. Crosby has gone a different build to the one we're used to seeing coming out from Jaina. We've been seeing Andy Lendy play it, going for a Frostbolt build. This time it's pretty standard. You've got the Deep Chill into the Arcane Intellect. Usually we see the Frostbolt with maybe the Envenom at 4. But we're seeing the Envenom on Thrall this time round instead. Tyrael again in this top lane. BKB been playing it all day. I think he hasn't played another hero this tournament. I'm pretty sure it's been Tyrael all the time, as they try and go on to Olaf here, and they do. That's 139 XP over, but is it worth the resources? That's the question, because right now they still don't have control of this bot shrine. Unstable getting poked out. They haven't lost any towers yet, but Sevkaya is coming down here. Spots 2 players out, dodges the wolf. He's going to have to go on someone, and that someone is going to be Blumby, who just power slides straight past them. Hammer throw going out, dealing somewhat of a good amount of damage, but not enough to find the kill. Sevkai now taking a bit of damage as he's come down into this bot lane. Crosby returned as well. And an interesting level 4 talent for Unstable, but I'll talk about that one in a minute. Sevkai getting hit by the Blizzard, having to be using the protective shield from ZW Hydra. Thrall did take out Falstad in the mid lane, however. And again, Fancy showing their dominance down here, forcing all 3 players away. 2 of them have to tap. Sevkai is going to base. And Thrall, oh, so close to grabbing that shrine, but BKB retakes top. And usually now on Valor, you're seeing a different level 4 talent. You're either seeing Searing Attacks or Manticore. Not Searing Attacks, sorry, Manticore or Vampiric Assault. Because Arsenal, the grenades that go with it are very slow. Crosby is going to get taken down by Valor there, but the grenades that go with it are very slow. They don't deal a lot of damage. They're very easy to dodge as well. So usually you see Vampiric Assault just try and get a little bit more sustain in there. Dark Mock is going to go down as well there. And that is Throw down. ArthaS pulling things back in their favour now. 1 kill difference, and they take the XP lead for the first time in this game. Blumby taking some damage in this mid lane as the Vikings looking to regain control of this top shrine after forcing BKB to tap the fountain. And now this Dragon Knight is here for the taking, but with Hydra here and Andy Lendy moving towards the top, you've got to think this is going to go back in the favour of Team ArthaS, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. BKB grabs this top shrine, and Tung Jae can't find his way into this bottom shrine right now. Unstoppable and Sevkai are here. Dark Mock's come down. The snare gets dodged. As we have this 3-man push soon to be 4 as Crosby's joining. Very nice placement of the roots there. Forces Unstoppable to go behind the fountain and play very, very cautiously, forcing him away from the towers as well, as Hydra's now here to heal both the players up. But we are going to see them grab these 2 shrines. The VP is down. The level 10 heroics have come in. And now ZW Hydra is not going to be able to capitalise on that. In fact, they're just going to turn this. Cleanse having to be used. Sundering coming in as well. Sebkai are very low. Blizzard doing a ton of damage with the Cone on Cold on top. But they won't be able to find the kill as now they try and return something here onto Tung Jae, but that engage in that bot lane was essentially just stopping them from grabbing the shrine. And now we have this Dragon Knight in the mid lane for Deviz. It is on Eric, but he can't really do anything with this right now. Andy Lendy clearing this wave very nicely. BKB going up into top lane, and only now can Deviz actually start hitting these towers, and he's already on half HP. He's not going to get the full duration of the Dragon Knight out, but the rest of the team, they're grabbing this bottom 4 as a 4-man team. Clearing the waves as well. Crosby does get engaged upon, in fact snared up as well. There's the mosh pit 2-man. Nothing to interrupt this one. Sebkai does get cleansed, however. Divine Shield on him as well. Tranquility also being popped as Andy Lendy is here. He does have the Hinterland Blast, and that's exactly where he wanted them to walk. Really nice. Darkmonk very low. They are gonna drop Hydra, however, and Darkmonk still surviving throughout all of that as Andy Lendy now down to half HP. Judgment coming in onto Crosby, followed up by Sebkai blinking in. They drop the Jaina, they also drop ETC, and they can't return any damage on this. Eric is now here, but he's going to fall down very quickly. But Andy Lendy, that's going to be a 1-for-1 there as Malfurion falls as well. They could try and turn this with the longboat with Thrall in the background, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, as Eric did fall as well. Just an insane back and forth engage right there. Really, really good turn for ArthaS, winning that trade. I believe it was a 5 for 4 and 4 and a bit for 3 in total, I think, there in favour of ArthaS, as the longboat just being used to purely push down this top. Bit of an interesting one, that one. It is a 75-second cooldown, 90 in total, but of course you've got the duration that it lasts. That's going to be the hard camp getting taken, as it's going to be relatively quiet now across the map, just focusing on these mercenary camps up until the next shrine time where they spawn. As these siege giants now going to get taken down in this bot lane. The hard camp gets taken, a little bit behind, but we are seeing the shrine spawn up in 25 seconds. Eric needs to be careful down there, and this hard camp is also going to push down the bottom lane. We do have 3 players here. BKB going to throw his Elduin's Might over. Yes, he is. And they get the slow onto Hydra. They could go onto this. They know exactly where Falstad is. Falstad, though, can, of course, fly down. And what interrupts are there for a mosh pit right now? It's Judgment or Reign of Vengeance. That's it for now. As we have the very safe Malfurion build coming in, the Ice Block. We actually have the Stone Wolves as well. Increases the duration of the route to 1.5 seconds. The Vikings getting a lot of damage down onto them, but they do pop the longbow in time to survive. They get a lot of damage returned, however, onto BKB. Blumby going in here, trying to get a mosh pit. He isn't able to do so. The route, though, Sundering not being able to be taken advantage of as Thrall goes down. The two-man mosh pit onto Sevkaya and BKB. They're going to be able to drop Sevkaya here. Yes, they are. BKB able to blink away using Elduin's Might. Lendy and Hydra are very low off to the top side. However, BKB is now going to fall. They can't go on to Unstable as he's behind. That was a 2-for-1 in total there. Really nice. None of the Vikings fell either. Game back and forth right now. Pretty even trades across the board, as now we see Team Fantasy try and capitalize on the trade that went in their favor by at least grabbing this bottom shrine. They then need to grab the top one as well here, and then they should be good to grab this Dragon Knight, provided there isn't much resistance at all from the side of ArthaS. But we're seeing Andy Lendy fly top, take this one back for himself, as Unstable actually capping this one down here. He needs to be super careful as Crosby going to come round. Frostbolt actually missing that one. Baylog fell in the top lane. Tungji is going to get the snare off here. They're going to try and burst Unstoppable. He gets healed up by Hydra. But Darkmonk is here as well, and he's also got that Relentless Wolf. Feral Spirit hits a hero. Its cooldown is reduced by 50 seconds. Really going for all of those snares, going for that CC style of throw. Less so on the damage itself. As Blumby going pretty aggressive here. They engage up onto Darkmonk again here. He gets absolutely ruined there. Judgment onto Hinterland Blast with Reign of Vengeance. That's a 2 and a bit for none. That's exactly what ArthaS want from their comp. Hard engage, solid guaranteed picks. Getting the ETC in the end there was just a bonus. As BKB pushing this tower, he does again have that reciprocate. When your shield expires, it deals 90 damage. They're going on to Crosby as well. He falls as they have this double blood for blood style. They of course have the overdrive as well. Rend and Cleave, 50% more damage over 5 seconds on that Zeratil's Q ability, and the Benediction coming in as the 16 talents come in as well on the other side of the map. Stev is taking a bit of damage now on Baylog, who will fall. Are they going to stop this keep being taken? They are. But their next problem is this Dragon Knight, but Sevkaya is going to take this one. But on the other side of the map, Norse Force standard, Stone Skin standard, Northern Exposure going for that vulnerability talent that we're seeing a lot more of recently on the Jaina. Blood for blood on the Thrall. And the hardened focus coming out of the Malfurion really wants to go for those more heals, more CC in there as well with those roots, provided he stays healed up above that 80% HP. And of course, when you've got that Tranquility running in a team fight, your basic abilities are going to be off cooldown a lot quicker, because you're going to be on a higher HP. Sevkaya, though, he hasn't got too much from this Dragon Knight just yet. He's been able to get the gate down and some damage onto the towers, but not a lot. It is going down, but we see BKB just off to the top here, really looking to get an engage onto either Crosby or Darkmonk here. They're going to knock Crosby away, as Blumby actually going very, very deep here. He's not going to be able to get a mosh pit off just yet. Reign of Vengeance coming down. They're going to try and burst BKB. They get a lot of damage down onto him, but the Viking longbow is now out, as BKB now down to about 600 HP there. Hydra taking a lot of damage as well. 4-man Void Prism, but Zeratul isn't there to deactivate it, as it's now just using his escape. Hydra having to use the Divine Shield for that exact same reason as well. As Thrall does in fact get picked off, they go BKB going back in onto Crosby. Really nice from him to get in and out with the kill. Unstable will, however, fall. Andy Lendy trying to go onto Tungjae, who has ice blocks there, using the heal on himself as well, as Andy Lendy now in a bit of a precarious position, taking a lot of damage here. Blumby needs his power slide. There it is. And there it is, Faster going down as well. 3 for 2. Again, these trades so very close. Only 1 kill difference between the two. There it is, siege camps being taken as well as they move towards their own, and then probably their own bruiser camp as well. They are still trailing in 1 level, however. but that's not too much at this point. The next time levels really become key in this match will be the race to level 20, and right now ArthaS are winning that one. But if Team Fancy take a favourable fight that ends in their favour before they hit level 20, then they could definitely be the first one there. Here it is. Hard camp being taken. It's getting mirrored the other side of the map as well. As the shrines again, they're up in about 20 seconds or so. Which one are either teams going to go for? It looks like ArthaS are favouring the one at the top, but Andy Lendy still hanging around down bot. Could we see a forced engage coming out from Blumby? We are not going to just yet. Blumby trying to get onto BKB, but he does still have his Ultrawind Might. Blumby actually take a lot of damage there, but the Malfurion heal did come in just to keep him topped up over time. They do control this top shrine now as they look to apply some pressure here as well. Just keeping Eric on there as well as a scout out. Sebkaya blinking in, wormholing back out. Does get some damage down, but the Rain of Vengeance hitting too. Judgment coming on onto Blumby as well, but the Sundering does slow the follow-up, and that's a 4-man VP that they can't really capitalise on because all of their cooldowns are down. The only heroic that's still available that would have helped them out there would have been the Hinterland Blast, but Andy Lendy was pretty far away and didn't have that level 20 heroic for the Call of the Wildhammer, so the range wouldn't have been enough, as this fort is looking to go in the favour of Team Fancy as they engage onto Blumby yet again here. The only heroic available for Team Fancy is this Mosh Pit, as Divine Shield now being used on Unstable. Hinterland Blast not hitting anything, Tunjay ice blocking that one, but ETC is going to go down with that heroic still on cooldown, off cooldown, sorry. Eric now going to suffer the same fate as Balog and Olaf. Darkmog can't really turn this one just yet. Andy Lendy having to barrel roll away from that one. So both teams now on the retreat again. A very, very close one. We had the 3 Vikings fall in. As Andy Lendy now moving back towards this bottom lane. He is going to fly down there, and he's taken that epic mount talent that we saw him take previously on this map. Reduce the cooldown of flight to 20 seconds. Reduce the cast time before flying to 0.5 as Sebkaya almost falling there. And the other 20 talents we see are Bolt of the Storm, Hardened Shield on the Tyrael, Rewind Zeratul. We're going to see potentially a lot of bombs and a lot of cleaves coming out there as well, and Redemption coming out from Uther as they may look to try and do something. There's Sundering coming in, but they can't capitalise on it either. Unstable did, or was their focus with the Blizzard and the Water Elemental, but it just wasn't enough. Tunjay is going to have to ice block, but he is going to go down as soon as he exits this one. Or is he, as they engage up upon to Darkmark? Again, Unstable surviving, and this longbow raid is also going to go down. 3 Vikings pop out, they use the shield, they use the jump. And they are going to be relatively safe behind that wall, but can they defend against this? They are still a level behind. They really need these level 20 talents, Team Fancy, before they can really do anything here, as Sebkaya in this Dragon Knight going to knock the Jaina away from this keep, and that just reduces their wave clear for the time being. Frostbolt being used, they're trying to burst down this Dragon Knight. Olaf jumping in. Tunjay taking a lot of damage there, healing himself just in time, but the Dragon Knight coming in there as well with the Fire Breath. Olaf going to go down. VP being used just secures themselves the keep and allows them to set up for this one, but the Face Melt does knock them back. Crosby going to go down. Divine Shield onto Sebkaya means that he's going to escape that one. And still, Team Fancy are not level 20. As it looks like they're toying with the idea to end this here, but BKB just isn't on the amount of HP he needs. They're going to grab their easy camp here. Probably take their own, and also this bottom bruiser camp, so they can push this bottom fort, provide some pressure down this bot lane, and then grab that bottom keep as well. Because having pressure in 2 lanes just makes it so much easier for you, because it then allows you to focus all your attention on that top lane and the top shrine, of course, meaning that the enemy team have to back deal with the catapults. Here it is. We see the easy camp being dealt with. Bruiser camp here as well. Now spawning. The fountain will 100% go down, but the fort will survive for the time being. Andy Lendy just split pushing out now, as the level 20 talents have of course come in as well for Team Fancy. Storm Shield on the Malfurion, Blink on both Jaina and Thrall, giving them both an escape they very much need. We have the Hardened Shield again on the ETC. Blumby's taking a lot of damage when he goes in, And that Hardened Shield is just going to help him with that one. And of course the Ragnarok and roll for the Vikings. A lot more damage. The range is increased by 100% and allows him to shoot or fire at 2 targets instead of 1. Sebkaya very aggressive here, blinking in. Sundering comes in as well. They're going to try and go on to Sebkaya here, but that's a very nice VP. 4-man. Blumby is going to go in there. What can they do to capitalize on this? The answer is nothing, as we still have 3 heroics available for both teams. Blumby trying to get in here, but just not able to do so. Longboat raid being used as well, meaning we only have 2 heroics available with the Mosh Pit and the Tranquilities. They look to re-engage here. BKB actually getting snared up, and in a choke like this, Mosh Pit is being used, but it gets interrupted by BKB's judgment there. Unstoppable in the back. Sevkaya there getting very low, but Darkmock is the next one to fall. Olaf going to be the next one too. Sevkaya with the Divine Shield on him means he can keep running on this front line. The Epic Mount, meaning Andy Lendy is there in a lickety split. As Tung Jae now ice blocked. He's going to suffer the same fate as the rest of his team, and this is going to be the first map going over to the side of ArthaS Stroitheim. They're going to go straight for this core. BKB is going to be the man tanking it up. And there it is. 1-0 lead in favour of the ArthaS side. But it's not over and out just yet. We know that ArthaS like their Dragonshire. We know it's one of their best maps. As we move on to Cursed Hollow for game number 2, where Team Fantasy, they're going to look to try and pull this one back. And while we do get that game set up, guys, we're going to take a very short break. But I mean, congratulations to